What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shogun, and today I'm giving you an overview of Predecessor. Now, over the weekend, we had a test. I don't know if it was closed or open. I guess it was kind of open. It was just a little play test. Only thing you had to do was request it on Steam, and you pretty much got in. But I'm gonna have this little video going with some gameplay in the background, and we're just gonna discuss, what I think about the playtest and kind of the future of these Paragon predecessors, if you will. Now, for those of you that don't know, Predecessor is, as you can tell, Paragon. One of those. I guess you can call it a Paragon clone. We have three out right now. Well, not out right now. Only one of them is fully out, and that is Fault. But we have Fault, we have Predecessor, and we have Overprime. Now, I have played all three of them, but right now, I just want to give you, let you know what's going on with Predecessor or whatever, because I played it over this weekend. And I also want to discuss if the game is console ready, because I know we have a lot of PlayStation people that love Paragon but don't have a PC and are kind of looking to get into playing this again. So first off, I would like to say I will be comparing a lot of the three. I will be comparing Fault, Overprime, and Predecessor, even though it's only Predecessor play in the background. But first of all, what I would like to say from this play test over the weekend is that as far as all three of the games are concerned, now mind you, Fault has been out for over a year if I'm not mistaken. But as far as all three games are concerned, this predecessor playtest ran the best. I mean, it ran really nice. It ran really smooth. I never really had any problem with this. You got into games extremely fast unless somebody was like Q dodging or something. But that's one thing I definitely enjoyed about this. For some of you guys that play Fault, Fault, it doesn't really run the best, and depending on the time of day, depends on how quickly you can find a game. With Fault, see, I'm in North Carolina, so I play on NA servers, and I have to play Fault between 6 p.m. and later in order to play on NA servers. If not, then I have to play on EU servers with terrible ping. And if anybody knows, like, when you play a carry, your ping matters because you don't want to be delaying shots and all that other stuff. So with Predecessor, definitely enjoyed how quickly I got in the game, how smooth the game. Like, if you look in the top corner, I'm pushing over 100 frames with a steady 20 something ping. I mean, that was beautiful. With Overprime had their first, well, I wouldn't say it was first. Well, they had their last closed beta test or technical test or whatever people was calling it. I did play that. It didn't run as smooth as this. Don't get me wrong, it was playable, but frames wasn't that good and the ping wasn't that good, but it was most definitely playable. So don't get me wrong, I still did enjoy playing that, but as far as all three are concerned right now, I would have to say that Predecessor, it's running the best right now. It didn't, this closed beta or whatever, didn't have all the characters, all the Paragon characters. It probably had like half of them, which I guess, they just wanted to get it out there. Give us something to play so we can, try to test it out, see what's going on. But and this, like, I loved playing Carry and Paragon. So if y'all remember Master Skins, Twin Blast was actually my first Master Skin, and then Murdoch was my second Master Skin. So I did really enjoy playing Carry, and I kind of like I wish they would have had Twin Blast in this, but they didn't. And just so people can know, I am one of those long-time Paragon heads. I played Paragon on PlayStation 4 through the early access. Like, I paid like $20 to get the early access and all that other stuff. So, I have a little experience. I know what I'm talking about a little bit. But yeah, for everybody that was wondering, all the care, when the game launches, or I know they're gonna do early access. All the games are doing early access, so none of these games will come out at full launch. That's already been confirmed. So, don't be expecting for it to come when first you see it on the Steam store. Be prepared to pay like $20 or whatever it costs. Now, I will say this one, like, after playing this closed test, if they wanted to put it on the Steam store, I would have gave them money then just to play it, because this was nice, felt really good, felt really smooth. Now they changed some of the players' kits. Like, for instance, Murdoch, so many different games. Like in Overprime, Murdoch's kit is the same, but it's completely different, if that makes any sense. He still has his buckshot, as you can see I just did right there. In Fault, he has his buckshot, and Overprime, he has his buckshot. Now, in Overprime, Fault, and Predecessor, Murdoch has his traps. But what's different is, in this game, Murdoch's traps, they instead of slowing you, they actually root you. Like, so if you step in this trap, you're gonna get rooted instead of getting slowed down or whatever. So, which is, it's whatever. But what they changed out of this and Predecessor is Murdoch's he doesn't have his shield. They kind of did his buckshot with his shield together, so his buckshot knocks you back instead of you using his shield to knock you back. And Murdoch's hot pursuit, or whatever it's called, where you get the enemy down to critical health and Murdoch kind of gets like a speed boost. They took that out of his passive and made that an ability. It's called his stem shot. So what you do is you build that up, and then instead of when your enemy has critical health, you get that speed burst. You can use that speed burst at any time. So it's kind of like using it as an escape as well. Like, you don't have to, if you're, trying to get out of dodge, you can buckshot, turn around, use your speed boost, and skedaddles on up out of there. But, that was one of the other things I thought was, kind of weird, but it's whatever. And then, in Overprime, Murdoch has a missile barrage and a mortar or something like that, if y'all remember, for the people that played Overprime. So each game has its own different has its own kits and stuff like that. Now, the difference between, I would say, we're just going to compare Overprime and Predecessor, because Fault is really not even in the question no more. I don't know what's going on with that game, but if I was to make a comparison, I'm going to use a sports game comparison. I would say Predecessor is more like Madden, and Overprime is more like NFL Blitz. Like, NFL Blitz is, I would say it's a extremely arcadey MOBA. Like, Overprime is really fast paced, really, like, super, they want to get you in, they want to get you going, that type of thing right there. Whereas Predecessor, I'm not going to say Predecessor is slow, because Predecessor actually is pretty, one thing I really enjoyed about Predecessor is the farming in the game. Like, you get gold so quickly in this game that it doesn't seem like such a menial task, like a burden for you to level up and, you know, get your gold to get you to get your cards or your items. Predecessor does have an item system. If anybody was wondering, I know people kind of thought they might have went back to the card system like Paragon, but neither Predecessor, Overprime, or Fault did the card system. That's pretty much dead. So we can all forget about the card system. Everything is pretty much item based. As you can see right now, I'm kind of new. This was very early in the game. I was kind of, you know, learning as I go, so it's kind of taking me a minute to find the card that I want. You know, I was trying to do the typical carry build, attack speed, crit chance, life steal, attack penetration, all that jazz. So, you know, I was just trying stuff out. So forgive me for taking a minute when I get my cards and all the other stuff. One thing I wanted to say about this game, and this pertains to Overprime. Now, like I said, I would consider myself a Paragon veteran. I played it a lot. I was there when, you know, Legacy was the first thing. And one thing I really enjoyed over the Overprime, the last test Overprime had, was I like playing on Monolith, yo. Like I was talking to my friend, and I was telling him, like, the more I played Overprime, the more I could understand why Epic Games took Legacy off of Paragon. Like, that map is just way too big. Even with travel mode, in it, I still wasn't really feeling it like that. I mean, it was fun. Don't get me wrong. It was definitely fun, but I think Legacy is just too big. That map is just too big. Now, supposedly Overprime is gonna have 2 maps. It's gonna have Monolith and Legacy, but that's just what I heard. But as far as I am concerned, I'm really just okay with Monolith, and I'm also one of those people, like, I really don't even care for a new map at all. Like, I'm fine with just giving us more heroes to use. I could play on this map forever and just have new heroes. Like, I wouldn't even really care about that. But that was one of my gripes. I know a lot of people probably like Legacy because, you know, gives it that old feel. They like travel mode because it makes you faster and all that other stuff. But I don't know. That just wasn't for me. All right, now another thing. Now here's the discussion. The big thing that we want, that, you know, people probably want to talk about, is this game console ready? As you guys can see, in the bottom, I'm actually playing this with a controller. Now, I'm using a PS4 controller because that's what I played Fault and Overprime with. I'm using a PS4 controller, but it has the Xbox config at the bottom. Now, with that being said, this did run very smoothly with a controller. I didn't have any problems. It was literally plug and play. You know, everything, it didn't seem too jagged or janky or anything like that. So, you know, I was kind of pleased with it. The one thing that might be a problem, and I don't know if they might implement this when it comes to PlayStation or Xbox or whatever they're trying to put it on. There was no aim assist with the controller. So you're pretty much going to have to, you know, lead your shots. If you put your crosshair on somebody, if they're not directly in front of you, you're going to miss. Like, you got to lead your shots and all that other stuff. And I've been playing Fault for a minute, with Overprime and all this, so I'm kind of used to not having aim assist. But I'm thinking for this to be released on consoles, there needs to be some sort of aim assist for people to be able to keep up with mouse and keyboard. Now, I'm not saying the aim assist needs to be extremely heavy, but it does need to be like it needs light aim assist. If I'm being real, just light, because there's no headshot damage, or you don't get less damage from shooting somebody in the leg than you do in the chest or in the back or something. So you might as well just make it light. That way you can put it on their body or something like that. It's just something that, it's just one of those things that, I'm just thinking maybe light aim assist would be okay. But all in all, I do think that this game is console ready. Like, for me to play with a controller, if I was them, don't get mad at me because I am a PlayStation guy. But if they're doing the Epic Games route, I would not release this on PlayStation 4. This would just be a PS5. This would just be a PS5, PC, maybe Xbox Series X or something like that. Because now hear me out. Because there's a big difference. There would be a big difference in performance. Playing on a PlayStation 4, I doubt a first gen PlayStation 4 can push 60 frames. A PS4 Pro might be able to push 60 frames, but then once you get up to the upper systems, like we want on PlayStation 5, I'll be playing this on PC, but if I'm playing this on PlayStation 5, I want to play this on 120 frames. So that was just one of those things that, now don't get me wrong, I know y'all know I'm a PlayStation guy, y'all know I'm a console guy, but I think it would just be better to just release this game on, if they're going the console route, just release it on something that can push higher frames and can hold on to this a little bit hold on to it a little bit better than just a regular PS4. And then also with all the games, I think between Overprime and Predecessor, this is something we should probably think about with them just releasing Unreal Engine 5. We're going to be like literally in a new state of gaming. So I'm guessing Overprime and Predecessor, when they come out, it's just going to be on Unreal Engine 4. And then I think when they really release the game, it'll be on Unreal Engine 5. And it'll be pretty much a whole new game. Because right now, these games need to release something. And I honestly feel like it's just a race to whoever releases the game first. So, I don't know. That's just how I feel. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. But that was just my 2 cents on that matter of subject. But yeah, overall, I mean, I think this game has excellent potential. It was really fun. One thing that I will say this, one thing that Overprime has showed over Predecessor, it was just the fact that Overprime they have showed like custom characters. Like, we love the Paragon roster that they have. We love that starting cast. But I mean, we're gonna want some custom characters in the future. And I mean, I haven't seen anything from Predecessor. That doesn't mean they're not doing anything. They possibly could have some custom characters in the loop and everything, but for now I haven't seen any. And that was just one thing that I kind of did like about Overprime, is that yes, we're getting our Paragon characters, but yes, then again, we are also getting custom characters as well. But that's gonna be it for my review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe. I will be loading more videos of the closed beta that I have. You know, just gameplay. Probably won't be any commentary, just some gameplay and stuff. If you guys are looking forward to this, let me know in the comments, or you know, if you like, tell me what you liked about it, tell me what you didn't like. Let me know, you know, which one do you think is in the lead, Fault, Overprime, Predecessor. You know, who's number one, who's number two, who's number three, which one do you care about the most? Just little stuff like that. But I'm gonna let this video play out, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.
Enemy towers destroyed.